course, it's a lot of people on bikes, but it's fun. It's one of the best places to ride, I think, in that country. And we have some pretty good rides down here in Washington, Oregon. I used to hang out in Mount St. Helens the whole time I was up there. I was up there at least once a week, mountain biking Helens. So we have a variety of stuff, but Whistler takes the cake.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, Mount St. Helens, man. I remember the day that blew its top. May 18th, 1980, man. I just remember that very day, man. It just, the ground shook up here. I'll tell you, man, that was insane.
Yeah, I was at San Jose International Airport getting ready to come back here to Inglewood because I just got through delivering a school bus up to San Jose Unified School District. And I was sitting there looking at the TV, and all of a sudden they said, it's blue. And I was like looking at it going, oh my God. But never in my wildest dreams would I find myself for almost 20 years riding that place on a darn mountain bike. It's amazing being in that close and do at least three-quarters of the mountain. The front side is off limits to everything that is a vehicle. You can hike around the base, which is a 25-mile hike on Inglewood 214, which is the lowest trail, which happens to be the highest trail up there, but the lowest trail on the mountain. So we've actually rode the mountain, for at least 10 or 15 miles, and you drop back off. But that's all on the back south side, from southwest to south to northeast, Plain to Abraham, and then they hold a big event up there called Bell to Finish, where they included that whole route from Mount St. Helens down to Smith Creek and back to the Lewis River Dam. And you do that route, you do almost 60 miles.
That's amazing. Wow, I had no idea. And I know where it is down near Vancouver, Washington, just north of Portland. And, well, that's pretty cool that they've opened that part of it up for mountain biking. That must be quite the thing there. I've never been to Mount St. Helens. I've been to Portland a few times. I've probably driven past it, but that's pretty cool that you used to ride there.
Once a bunch of people started coming back from Whistler, after riding up there, they convinced some ski resorts up there on Mount Hood, at least two of them, to, during the summertime, they started hosting go mountain biking parks. One of them right off of Mount Hood, you run for 10 miles of downhill. So you have to do your own work, though. You have to have a truck down to the bottom and come back up if you want to do more than one run. But they started developing two sites up here just based on what Whistler had done.
That's pretty cool. What great exercise, too, man. Nothing better than riding your bike around up on the side of a mountain, man. You don't get better exercise than that. That is freaking awesome. Yeah, no, that's a big thing still. And there's mountains around here that people I see have their mountain bikes on too. There's a lot of that stuff that goes on here, and it's not just young guys anymore either. There's older guys that are into that.
Yeah, the guys, I was one of the two oldest guys in the group. Another guy was a year older than me. When I hooked up with him, I was already in my late 40s, and I rode with him for probably about 20-some years before I moved back down here. And those guys, when I first met them, they were all in their 20s and their mid-20s, and they were, it took me about a good 2 years before, I could even keep up with these guys. But it was tons of fun, and we had a big party that we'd hold on Memorial Day every year down in the Kenzie River, which is Central Oregon, outside of what was that town, Salem, just south of Salem to the east, up there by the Three Sisters. That's a 25-mile cross-country trail, but it's got plenty of downhill in it, so you get about 20, 30 guys riding in a group on that thing, and that's a lot of fun. And in Whistler just not set up for downhill. They got cross-country, they got slope side, they got free ride, they have bike jumps, the whole night. You just got to make your section and make sure that you know what you're doing, though, before you start doing anything up there, because they get pretty rough.
I can imagine. You got to know what you're doing when you're riding courses like that. There's no doubt about it. And I'm sure, some people probably even get hurt doing it. But, hey, man, what a lot of fun. That is awesome that you're into that. And, years ago, I bought myself a mountain bike in 1987, and I still have it. And I never did get rid of it. Back in the day when they started making mountain bikes, a Nishiki Bombardier. I don't know if you remember those things, but I still got my original mountain bike I bought new in '87.
Roger, roger. Yeah, living up there, I was building a bike a year, because we did just about everything. We did what is called all mountain, which is both downhill and uphill. We did cross country, we did downhill, we did free runs. So you had to have a specific bike for each one of those. Next thing I know, I got $38,000 worth of bikes sitting in my garage.
Holy crap. Wow, man, they're worth a lot of money. Unreal. That's worth more than my Harley.
Yeah, it's kind of like TV radio, continually learning.
I know. Yeah, you can never have enough equipment, right? Hey, by the way, my name is Joe on this side. Juliet Oscar Echo.
Roger, Joe. This is Echo Romeo India Charlie on this end. Come back with your number one more time so I can write it down.
Yeah, okay. It's 9 Alpha Tango 791. 9 Alpha Tango 791. And we're on Salt Spring Island. Sierra Alpha Lima Tango Sierra Papa Romeo India November Golf. Salt Spring Island in the southern Gulf Islands. QSL.
Roger, roger. You look out to hearing 9 Whiskey Romeo 4227. He's in just outside of Alberta, Canada, to the east of you. And he runs a beam antenna too, so I was just curious if you guys might have talked together, or you heard one or the other.
It's rare that I talk to Alberta. I mean, I've talked there many times over the years, but it's not often we get skipped for Alberta. It's almost kind of like, I'm going to say close skip. It's probably, Alberta from here is probably around, I'm going to say 900 miles to the east, something like that.
Roger, roger. Yeah, he lives, I think, about 30, 40 miles outside of the city, in a remote spot. But, yeah, he has a flat side antenna. I talk to him all the time. His personal name is Daryl. And, yeah, he has a bunch of contacts as far as Alaska and stuff like that. So I'll miss his number to you and tell him I said hi to you, and I'll tell him if you guys talk before that, I'll tell him hi from you to him. Is that Roger?
Yeah, I may have talked to him before. You never know. I mean, I talked, like I say, it's been quite a while since I've talked to Alberta. At least, I'm going to say maybe a year that I've talked to Alberta. And I don't remember all the numbers. I'd have to look in my logbook. But I very well could have talked to that guy, QSL.
Roger, roger. Yeah, I just got to him this morning. He was in the mobile, and he told me what channel he was on, which was 505 up here. And I have to get him in the mobile just by switching my channel over to the northeast. And we talked for about 10 or 15 minutes while he was in the mobile. So, yeah, this is day one on this antenna, and I'm really happy with it so far. It's doing really well, and I think it'll last forever. So, yeah, I'll mention your call sign to him and tell him I talked to you today, because I haven't been able to hit him even on my vertical since spring. I mean, the conditions down here as far as going north just kind of like opened up today. Had my antenna pointed east, and I'm getting to Seattle, Washington.
Okay, yeah, because we're just north of Seattle, not that far. I think the south end of our island is about 90 miles north of Seattle, so not that far. But yeah, I had it pointed out towards the southwest, the Asia Pacific, and then that's when I heard you, and it's like, well, I better turn my beam around. So now I got her facing due south, and literally you are slamming in 10 to 20 over consistently. You haven't dropped out of the red, QSL.
Roger, well, we're live with those numbers. Yeah, I just turned mine about half an hour ago at about 240, 245 degrees to get ready for Australia tonight, because I really wanted to test it out with them, because most of those guys over there are talking 3 elements or bigger, and see how it does going that far, because I can hit them real easy on my vertical, but I want to get used to running. This is my first flat side antenna, and so we got a small circuit
Yeah, that's cool, man. Wait till you get that thing up. I can't believe you'll easily talk to Australia. The signal you're pushing here, no problem for you to talk to Australia the way you have it. Mine's only 26 foot to the boom, so not super high. And we don't get the winds here either. We don't get any strong winds. And my antenna too is probably under 10 pounds. I think it's like 9 pounds or 8.5 pounds, something like that. It's very, very lightweight antenna, and that's what I like about it. It's quite simple but effective. I believe it, man. I believe it. No, you'll easily talk it. Not a problem. You point that thing, when you're finished with me, point that thing out into the South Pacific there, and you'll be picking up Hawaii, Australia, and then even Asia Pacific, you'll get Japan and stuff, too. Not a problem. Okay, Eric, I got to roll. I got to get out of here. I think the wife wants to go to town, pick up a few groceries. I said I'd hang out with her and go with her. So, hey, buddy, I appreciate the cues. It's been like talking on the telephone. You're coming in that bloody good up here, man. Sounds like you're sitting next to me in the radio room. Hey, been a pleasure. We'll talk soon, my friend. 2 Whiskey Romeo 4226 down there in Inglewood, California. Hey, we'll say cheers and beers until next time. From 9 Alpha Tango 791 on the Gulf Islands.
Roger that, 9 Alpha Tango 791. It's been definitely great pleasure to talk to you and have you so like this. We'll be hanging up again, that's for sure. And happy Halloween. This is my anniversary. I got married on Halloween. And you have the rest of your day go well and you're safe and a nice weekend coming up. And I'll tell Daryl when I hear him tonight. We're supposed to hook up tonight. And I'll let him know that I got a hold of you. And you have a nice one there, sir. We appreciate it. It's been an honor. So you have a very nice rest of your day. 2 Whiskey Romeo 4226 9 Alpha Tango 791. We're clear.
Okay, happy anniversary, buddy. All the best. Cheers to you and your wife. My anniversary is November 30th, so about a month from now. Have a good one, my friend. We'll talk soon.
Roger. That's definite. We're back on the side.
Take care.